Hello, and welcome back to the Burn Pancakes podcast. I am your host, Katie Fensky, but what I like to think of myself is more like a friend just taking a minute to chat with you. I started this podcast because I so needed to connect with moms when I was a new mom. And now that I'm quote unquote experienced or veteran mom, I still feel like I just love connecting with other moms. So today is going to be a solo podcast because I wanted to come on and share a story with you. So it is officially fall, or maybe I think tomorrow is officially fall. And I've been seeing like those quotes pop up about the Burr months, like September, October, November, December. And even though it makes me very excited because I love the holiday season coming up, I love the next 4 months. I'm sure for a lot of moms, even if you do love the holidays, it can also bring on some stress, some anxiety, some pressure to feel like you have to do it all. So today I'm going to share a story about how one Halloween costume taught me how to pick and choose what's important during the holiday season. So this story is about my first pancake. When my oldest son, Ronan, was 3, my husband and I decided to make him a Halloween costume. Now, part of me had felt really guilty about the fact that the past 2 Halloweens, I didn't put much effort into the costume that he wore. So first year, I was struggling as a new working mom. So I had just gone back to work. I was waking my baby up at like 5:45 in the morning, getting off to school, teaching all day, picking him up. And it was just overwhelming, the thought of Halloween. So my mom had called me one day and was like, "Hey, I'm at Costco. There's this cute penguin costume. Should I pick it up for Ronan?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Yes, absolutely." So that's what he wore. I just had her grab a costume. It's like, I didn't even pick it out. I don't remember what he was for his second birthday, but this feeling of guilt over Halloween costumes probably is kind of because my mom was the most amazing seamstress, sewer, and she would hand make our Halloween costumes back in the 80s. So my sister and I, we would pick out a costume, what we wanted to be. She would go to the fabric store, pick out all the materials, and then probably spend too many hours late at night at her sewing machine making these costumes. But I loved him, and I loved the fact that she made them for us. So the fact that I wasn't making my son his Halloween costumes, it made me feel like a bad mom, which I know that is not true. But I just had this vision of my mom making these like awesome costumes, and I just wanted to be that for my son. All right. So back to when Ronan was 3, he was very much into the Transformers, movies, shows, toys. Clearly, my husband had a lot to do with this. But he said he wanted to be Bumblebee, the Transformer, for Halloween, and he wanted it to actually transform. So Bumblebee is like a yellow, I don't know what kind of car. It's a yellow car that turns into a robot. And so he said, I want my costume to be a car and a robot. So my husband and I mean, this was kind of a fun challenge. We searched the internet for how do you make a transforming costume. And we were able to find a pattern on Etsy for a kid's Bumblebee, or yeah, it was Bumblebee Transformer costume. So someone was selling the plan. So you had to get all your materials and make it yourself, but they had the plans for you to just like cut out the foam board. So it was foam board and hot glue and painting and taping and doing all this stuff. But it probably took my husband, oh gosh. I mean, I didn't help much. I did a little bit of the painting, but he probably spent at least 6 hours. Like, Ronan would go to bed, he'd finish up his work and then start working on this costume. Maybe 6 hours to make this costume, at least. It just took a lot. If it wasn't like perfectly cut, it didn't fold correctly and then you couldn't transform it. So there was a lot to it. Props to my husband because he was amazing at it. But the costume was finished and it legit was so cool. It is such a cool costume. We were very excited for people to see him in it. He wanted to wear it every single day. And we were like, no, you are not wearing this costume until Halloween because I don't want you to break it. Then Halloween rolls around, and can you guess where this story's going? Okay, he wore it maybe 4 minutes. We got a picture, we got a video, and then he started walking in it and was like, I don't like this. I don't want to wear it. And we were like, are you kidding me? So then my husband proceeded to carry around this big costume as my son ran house to house collecting candy. So all that hard work, and he like did not wear it. We did get the picture, we did get a video, but it was kind of like parenting fail right there. Hashtag mom fail. Needless to say, the following year, I can't remember what Ronan wanted to be, but whatever he said, I just pulled up Amazon. I showed him all of the all of the costumes that he could pick, and I let him order it from Amazon. It came the next day, and I felt zero guilt. I don't think I've made a single costume for Halloween. Like, we've either gone to Target, we've gone Costco, Amazon. That's it. It was just kind of like, yeah, that was a good way for me to learn my lesson. So if you're wondering, we did hold on to that costume for a while. It sat in our garage for maybe 4 years. My husband finally threw it out, maybe a year or two ago. But unfortunately, my middle son, he was in TK last year, so it's transitional kindergarten. And he was assigned they were learning about transportation, and they were going to have a transportation parade. And guess what? The teacher said, make them a costume that they can wear, like that is a vehicle. And I was very upset that we had thrown away this car costume that he could have worn to this parade. So we did have to make that costume. But that would have been a really helpful thing to have for that darn parade. Okay, but moral of the story here is that the holidays are very important for children, but they are just important for you as a mom, as a parent. You get to pick and choose what's going to be the priority for the holidays. If you are crazy stressed about doing everything, making a homemade costume that your kid's hardly going to wear, you're not going to enjoy the season. I actually love the holidays. I love the traditions that we've started and that we keep doing each year. I love decorating. My husband doesn't love it so much, but I love it. But I've also really learned how to say yes to what is going to make us happy and enjoy the season, and not feel bad about saying no to some things. So for example, I now say no to making a homemade costume unless my kids are like super into it, and that's going to be a fun thing for us to do together. But honestly, they are perfectly happy with those cheapo costumes off of Amazon. They love them. They wear them more than just on Halloween. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's something that I don't feel bad about anymore. Another thing I am saying no to this year. So I always do that neighborhood You've Been Booed little treat on our street. So I print out these signs. I actually made them. I sell them on Etsy if you want to do this. But I print out like little directions or a sign for your window that says You've Been Booed, and some directions, and you leave a little treat with one of your neighbors, and then they pass it on to another neighbor. And it's just like a fun thing to do. So you see on your street all these You've Been Booed signs. I usually do it every year, but this year my son's in football. It is very long. We're there from 5:30 to like 8:30 at night. My son also has tons of homework, and that's a lot. And I decided this year I'm just going to skip it, not feel bad about it. Last year I felt like Christmas was feeling like very overscheduled. There's not a lot of time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's only like 4 weekends. And there's certain things I like doing, and you just can't fit it all in that time. So we usually go to the tree lighting in our city. It's like in the downtown area. You know, there's a choir singing, lights are on. It's a fun way to just walk around. But last year when I had 8, 5, and 3-year-old, to me, it sounded more exhausting to walk my kids down there, wait for hours for this tree to light, while I'm trying to manage them and keep them under control, which they are not. When we're in public, they are out of control. So, and part of me was like, oh, it's Christmas. We have to go to this. But then I realized this is not going to bring me joy this Christmas. This is going to be stressful. And it's okay if we miss it a year. That's okay. So it's also okay to like prioritize what is important. So every year in the fall, we have gone to this farm. It's like an hour and a half from our house. We go pick apples, we pick pumpkins, we have lunch there. It's been a nice tradition that we started. Fresh air, boys are running around outside. I like them actually seeing where apples come from. They have so much fun picking these apples, filling up a bag. We pay a fortune for these apples. They don't eat any of them. I made an apple crisp last year. They were like, ew, yuck, Mom, I don't like that. But the experience of going to this farm is so fun. And what I'm learning is that pulling my kids out of school one day to go, because it's crazy busy on the weekends, and we just don't have time on the weekends. I usually take them out of school on a Friday. We do this fun family day. I have learned as a former teacher that these memories that we're making with our little family means so much more than a spelling test that they're going to miss or the math lesson that they're missing one day. So that is something I think we're still going to do this year. I feel like I have the time, the energy, and like the love of that tradition that I'm okay doing that again. So if you're a mom, which I'm sure most of you listening are, I give you permission this year to just pick and choose what feels right this holiday. If you love going all out, if you love doing all things holiday, go for it. Enjoy it. If the thought of that gives you some panic attack, gives you some anxiety, decide what you can cut that will make the holidays enjoyable for you. And if you ever feel bad about cutting things out of your holiday experience, remember my son's bumblebee costume, and that might make you feel a little bit better. So on that note, happy fall, y'all. I look forward to coming to you next Friday with our next conversation. And in the meantime, before then, come say hello to me over on social media. And I do want to remind you that everyone burns their first pancake, so just keep flipping.